Namaste, my dear friends. A lot of people today ask me the question why they feel so disconnected, why they feel disconnected from their families, from their environment, and most importantly, from themselves. Now, this is a very fundamental and important topic in yoga because yoga is about connection. But the concept of disconnection has happened because of our lifestyle choices that are against the philosophy of yoga. If you look at traditional times, people created a life around themselves and their families and the social, ecological system that they lived in. They tried to adapt themselves to the environment that they were living in, whether it was the outside macro environment or the inside micro environment of the family and most importantly of themselves. But as technology began to increase in the world and its influence became much more significant, things started to become a little different. When I look at the generation of my grandfather, and I'm sure the same holds for people from all around the world, people were using the products that they needed to fulfill their life. My grandfather had one pen and perhaps one or two notebooks that he used for all his life. He had one set of glasses that he would use for all his life. He had a set of clothes that was very simple and was practical. And the point was that they used products that they needed to fulfill their dharma. And as they began to use these products, that products slowly became part of their identity. For example, I am a photographer and I follow some photographers of the world. And one of the greatest photographers of the last century, Henri Cartier-Bresson, used to say that his Leica was an extension of him. But he used only one Leica all his life. Now that's what happened. In the old days, the product became a part of us because we used it for a very long time. But today what has happened is we start to identify ourselves with the product, the reverse. People don't buy products because they need to use it in their dharma, but rather they use it to identify themselves with this brand or that brand, and the products become part of their identity in the opposite way. The people become part of the product's identity and they don't know what to do without that identity. And this is the first step of disconnection. The same people do with their jobs. Their people become so addicted to their jobs to run away from themselves that they cannot imagine an identity without their job. So many times lifestyle choices like this, based on the kind of relationship we have with our product, with our job, with our house, etc., they start to help us to become disconnected, and that is fundamentally the problem in today's times. Each of us, we define ourselves through the products we are using. We are not choosing the products we need based on how we define ourselves. That is the first and most important reason why we feel so disconnected today. So how to fix this? A very simple way is to start reflecting on who we are, what is it that we need in our life, and most importantly, what is our dharma in our life. And we start to focus on that first and choose the products and resources that we need that will fulfill them, that we will use for a long term. In this case, then we come back to our own identity, our own reality, and we start to become more and more connected to ourselves rather than be defined by the job we do or the products we use or the selfies we post on Instagram or Facebook. So please start reconnecting with your dharma, my friends, your swabhava, your true nature, and start to discover what is it that defines you, and choose the products and resources in accordance to that, so that you are connected to yourself and not disconnected from yourself. Namaste, my dear friends.